This is a common theme I noticed amongst people who, for whatever reason, don't trust other people. I was guilty of this for years. I would record my stuff and be very reluctant to send it out to anyone that could help me make it better. I'd be reluctant to share it with anyone that could help me make it better. I would only be willing to share final products. And if I shared something that was before it was a final product, I would always coach it, it would always be couched with something like, it's not the final mix. It's not mixed yet. You always have to leave a note with it or something. Like that was a very common theme. Rather than just let the person listen to it and decide for themselves if they like it or not, you always had to apologize for it in some way. It's a very common theme, right? But the bigger one is if you're in a band with somebody who's reluctant to send the stuff out for help in any fashion, because they maybe, in their mind, they have a guy who works on it or whatever. There's always an excuse, a reason not to. That's coming from somebody who hasn't lived their life trying to make it, their whole life. Because the people that have done this for a long enough time know that every possible opportunity, you never know what the right one is. It's impossible to tell a good opportunity from a bad one. You don't know what is going to break you, make you. You don't know until it happens. So if you're in a position where it hasn't happened yet, and you're also reluctant to ask for help or to send it out and take a chance on somebody new, then you're coming from the place where you think somehow you're going to make it without that. You're basically saying, I'm doing enough. I don't need to do that. I've got my own way. I don't need this. You're cutting off the world from you're cutting off a door that if you opened, you could get to where you want to be. But instead of opening that door and seeing what's behind it, you're worried about the risk. It's a fear mindset. Once you've copywritten your stuff, anybody who steals it, you got a lawsuit on your hands, and you could hope it gets big, because then you actually got a good settlement probably, right? If anything ever happened. But let's say the majority of the cases in the world, that people who are in this business looking to actually make it themselves or to help you in some way, people who are really in the business, who are working, just actively trying to make what they're doing blow up to the world. Those people, that's not the people you got to worry about. It's people like me who do stuff every single day. I'm the last person that's ever going to steal a song from somebody. First of all, it's not something that happens unless you're dealing with a real scumbag. If you're dealing with a real scumbag, then anything bad can happen. But you can't look at everybody like they're a scumbag and expect you're going to get where you think you're going to get. All you're basically doing is hindering your chances. Because the people I know that have made it, when I think about it, it's these fearless people. They didn't think about it for days and worry, is this a good idea to send it? Is it a bad idea? They just sent it. They know they're going to write a ton of songs. They're thinking maybe this works, maybe it doesn't, but they keep pursuing all their avenues. They keep every opportunity open. They take advantage of every opportunity. The ones that are worried, that hold stuff back, that are always trying to keep people from exploring other ideas and other paths. You could have 4 guys in the band. There could be one douche who doesn't want your stuff to get out somewhere, and that's the guy that holds everything back. Well, guess what? It's up to everybody in the band to talk to this guy and be like, you're a douche. Why in the world would we not give somebody a chance who wants to help us? What is wrong with that? It's absolutely crazy. Because they think they're trying to hold the thing for their guy or their whatever, because of what? Some loyalty that only they have, that nobody else has. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so the thing you realize in this business is that anybody who wants to help you, you give them a shot. You give them a shot and see what happens. And you don't worry about the possibilities of people stealing your shit. All you do is protect yourself. And then whatever happens, happens. You deal with it if something bad happens. You don't foresee the bad and then hold back, because people can do that and just basically get themselves in a position where nobody can possibly help them. There's only one path, and everything else they're blind to. They shut it off. Don't be that guy. Don't be in a band with that guy. You get that guy to do what you want him to do. Because the idea here is the success could come from anywhere. From the least likely possibility could be the answer for you. You never know. So don't shut any opportunities down. Don't burn any bridges. Don't close off any doors. Leave every door open if you want a chance at this. Because I got news for you. It's one of the hardest businesses in the world to make it in. So what do you think that means? It means you should have as few opportunities as possible or as many opportunities as possible. Keep your opportunities open. Don't use the same guy you've used 1,000 times if there's other people batting down your door that might be willing to do a better job or could do another different job. You don't know what's going to happen, who they know, who anything. So I'm a big fan of using people that you like to use. I'm a fan of loyalty. I'm a fan of all this stuff. But don't close any opportunities. Don't close your mind off to the potential that somebody else could help you, no matter who they are. No matter if they have a relationship with one of the guys in the band or all the guys or none of the guys, or doesn't matter. Mind open. All right. That's the way to actually give yourself the best possible chances. Because let me tell you this, if you think you're doing enough by doing whatever you're doing, you're not doing enough. You're only doing enough when you're doing every possibly thing you could do. And then you're still thinking, what else could we do? And then after that, you're thinking, what else can I do next? And then who else can possibly help? And who do I know? And how can I network? And how can I tell more people about it? Once you're doing everything in sight, you've done, you know in your heart that you've done it. You've done everything you could do, and you keep doing that. But if you don't ever get to that point because you're shutting down everybody who's trying to help you, well, hey, man, then you haven't learned nothing yet, and you're probably too new at music to really figure out the fact that you're totally off on your mindset. All right, there was a time I was like that. There was a time I wouldn't say nobody nothing, very tight about all my stuff, didn't get me anywhere. So I'm just trying to share my perspective from having lived through it, all right? Nobody stole my shit, but also I didn't get anywhere. So you're protecting yourself right into a freaking, no man's land of nothingness. Great, keep doing that if you want. But if you don't want that, mind open. Who's willing to help you? Oh, it only costs this much to give it a shot? They're willing to do something for a very low price to see if we like it? What's the downside? What's the downside, man? All right? Piece of cake. Custom Cut Studios, you guys got this. We got a special offer in the description. Check it out. And we also offer mixing and mastering lessons. So hit us up. Evan Jaffe, Custom Cut Studios. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take it easy.